Hey everybody, Chris from Northwest Bus Sales. Got a bus I want you to check out. Come take a look. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Chris Northwest Bus here. Got a 2018 Ford Transit Starlite bus. This bus is available on the Washington State contract. That contract 04115B is available for Washington, Oregon, and Alaska residents. This particular bus is one of the state contract buses and it is ready for sale. It's also available on the retail side. So if you're wanting to look at it for a retail customer, then we've got you handled. So we're gonna go ahead and step inside and look at some of the most important things that are gonna catch your eye on this bus, because that's what we're getting it for. So let's take a look. You'll notice that we got a pretty good sized step here, 10-inch from the ground to the first step, which is really fantastic for your vertically challenged customers, so they can get into the bus nice and easy. You notice the grab handles on both sides of the bus on passenger entry. That gives ease of access for customers getting in and getting out of the bus. Taking a step inside here, you'll notice that we've got our cab of the bus. This is a Ford Transit chassis, so this has got our typical steering wheel with controls for cruise control, so on and so forth on the dashboard. Got the gear selector here for your park, reverse drive, and neutral. All of your air conditioning controls down here. Very easy to reach from the seated position. You got your heated remote controlled mirrors, both sides, left and right. And then you got your passenger door entry, your interior lights, and then your rear heat. This bus is equipped with rear heat. Stereo system comes standard with this bus. It's a Jensen audio, AM/FM with the CD single disc player. Moving forward, the bus has got a 6x9 passenger view mirror here, so we can see, keep an eye on all of our passengers in the bus. We've got a storage compartment up here that drivers can stow away all of their personal belongings. Very nice for purses or any kind of personal belongings that the drivers have. Over here on the side, you notice we've got another compartment. This particular compartment's really neat because Starcraft's kind of unique to this. They've got an LED setup to where if anything ever goes wrong out in the field when the bus is in service, if there's ever an issue with the light or something's not working, a driver can simply pop the cover here and take a look, and the LEDs will indicate with a red light indicating that that fuse has blown, and they can simply just pull the fuse out, pop that fuse in its place, and it'll turn green and they're back on the road. It can save a lot with your service calls on the street. Over here on the other side, we've got our passenger entry door set up here. This is easy access to all the mechanics. So if there's ever an issue with the door, we've got an emergency release here to where the door can still be operated even if the bus loses hydraulic pressure and you need access that way. Slowly moving back, the interior of our coach is pretty nice. We've got extra wide aisleways here, which gives ease of access for any size passenger. The seats themselves are a Friedman mid-high seat. We like to put the grab handles on the aisle side. This gives passengers the ease of being able to sit down in a seated position and then get themselves up. Very nice and easy. It doesn't pose any kind of challenges. Windows in the bus are a typical 36 by 36 window. These particular windows have sliders on them, which makes airing out the cab of the vehicle very nice and gives passengers a little bit of fresh air. This particular bus has 6 interior lights in the back of the bus. It is very illuminated at night, so it really helps out nicely. Moving back, the bus, we got this particular bus has actually got a black floor in it, and you notice the little sparkles maybe. I'm not sure if it'll come up on the camera there, but the sparkles and everything add a little bit of anti-slip to the passenger. So if it's ever wet, your seating is very nice, and or your standing is you're less apt to slip. It's a Gare floor. We recommend gray just as a personal preference because it just hides a little bit more dirt. The black just kind of shows a lot. This bus has got the Q-Strength set up and with our L tracking in the bus. This bus happens to be set up for a side-by-side two wheelchair position. On the back, we got your emergency egress window. Very simple to operate. Just pop up the two red latches. There's actually 3 emergency exits on this bus, 1 on each side, as well as the one here in the back. The bus is equipped with 4 speakers, 2 here in the back, 2 up in the front. The bus also has a rear air conditioning setup right here, which is nice for those hot summer nights. The wheelchair lift on this bus is in the rear. It is also available on the front. We just happen to have built this one for the customer to be in the rear of the bus. We're going to go ahead and move forward a little bit now and go outside and check out a couple things. So let's go take a peek. Hey everybody, Chris again from Northwest Bus. So we took a look on the inside of the bus. We went through the seating capacities. We kind of took a look at some of the materials and how the inside is configured. That configuration that we have on this bus is specific to this customer's needs, but the sky's the limit. You guys can order these buses in just about anything that you can possibly dream up. We accommodate a lot of different styles and characteristics on our floor plans. We're going to go ahead and take another look at some of the stuff here in the passenger compartment as far as the driver is concerned. This particular bus has got electric window for the driver's door here. And then if you notice, if you look over on the other side, there's no seat or door over there, so there's no need for another electric handle there. This bus, I'm going to go ahead and sit inside of it, so I'm going to step up. Very simple to get into. One step, and I'm already seated in the driver's position. Just slide around. Ergonomically, you can tell this bus it's ready to handle. This bus actually drives more like a van than it does an actual bus. I've put quite a few miles on these buses with trips over to Eastern Washington, and I am very, very comfortable and confident driving this bus just about anywhere I could possibly need to go. So let's go ahead and step on the outside now and go over some of the features that the bus has and see what you think. So we popped the hood here. I'm going to shut the door and we're going to go ahead and take a quick peek at the engine compartment. And you'll notice that this bus is got a little 3.7 liter V6, and that's going to be pushing right about 270 horsepower, which is more than enough to push a full load down the road. I've actually had this bus filled up many times and going running routes with full load of people, and this bus never once faltered. It's got all the power that you could possibly need coming out of that 6-cylinder. Moving around here to the front of the bus, you've got obviously your dual headlights, front bumper there. We put plastic wheel caps on our buses just for aesthetic purposes, but by all means, if it's something you guys like, we'll keep them on there, but not everybody necessarily needs to have those on there. We also have the large window here on the side, so your driver doesn't have so much of a blind spot. That opening is very, very nice. Fully adjustable mirrors here. You can adjust them in and out, and then you can also use the handheld controls on the inside of the bus that move both mirrors in and out. Moving back here a little bit further, obviously we've got our passenger door entry there. All the lights on this bus are LEDs. That's something that we're pretty proud of. We like all of the exterior lights as well as the interior lights are all LED lights. Moving back a little bit further, Wheelwell Skirts here to kind of block down some of that rain in wet climates. Back here's our rear wheelchair lift. Like I said, this bus has actually got the capability of having either a front lift or the rear lift. This one just happens to have the rear lift. So we're going to go ahead and demonstrate this right quick. It's pretty simple to do. Just simply open the doors, flip the switch, and then you've got a handheld device here that controls up-down motions of the actual wheelchair lift. The bus is not actually operational right now. The bus has to be on in order to operate the lift, so I'm going to go turn it on right quick, and then we'll get this going. All right, so I powered up the bus. Our lift is ready to go. So we simply hit the switch here, and we can actually hit the unfold button on the remote control. And as a driver, it's very nice to have this. You've got LED lights that light up the sky out here, so when it's dark you can easily see. We're gonna hit the down button on the remote control, and you notice our lift starts to go down. Once the lift hits all the way down, the front ramp is gonna pop out, and that's gonna give our wheelchair patrons the ability to go right on board. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate myself as being a wheelchair passenger. I'm gonna hit the emergency latch so that safety is always of #1 concern. We're gonna go ahead and hit the up button, and you notice I'm going on up. It's a very comfortable ride. I don't have nothing's obstructing it here, so it's a nice little ride. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and step inside the bus, and then we're gonna hit the fold button, and that will actually fold it up. But for our demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and fold it right back down and take a step back out. Coming on out. And then I'm going to go back down. And then once I'm securely down on the ground, I'm going to unlatch myself so that I can exit the lift. To speed things up, let's go ahead and cruise on back here to the back of the bus. You notice on the back we've got 3 LEDs on each side. We have our dedicated rear tail lights as well as brake light. We also have an independent turn signal and flasher light, and then our clear LEDs to back up. This bus has got a solid rear steel bumper. The bus itself, again, I'm going to touch base on one more thing. We've got, it's a 3-piece system here. We've got an actual front cap of the bus, we've got a rear cap of the bus, a solid piece, and then a 1-piece roof. So it eliminates the massive amount of seams that some buses will have. So leaks, you know, anything like that, this bus definitely doesn't have any issues with that kind of stuff. So it eliminates as much of that as possible. Other than that, I can't really think of too awfully much more. As a general rule of thumb, the buses themselves are pretty outstanding. We've had nothing but positive feedback on this bus. And again, it's available on the Washington State contract 04115B, or you can just call up as a retail customer and say, Chris, I want a bus. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.